I've mentioned to a few people this book I've been reading recently called Dying to Be Me. And it's about someone who passed on. She was in the last stages of cancer. She passed on, but she came back. And it goes into, how when she passed on, she felt this unconditional love of God. And she saw her father, who had also passed on, and her father told her to go back and live your life fearlessly. And so she did come back. And the doctors were so amazed because they could find no cancer. They did all these extensive tests on her, and they couldn't believe it because that's how she died, from cancer. But she knew when she came back that there was nothing to fear, that God had healed her, and that her life was not in her body. And so she could live her life fearlessly. Her life was in God. And it's part of that book had a lot of medical to it, which I did not read, but it was certainly more proof of the truth of what Mrs. Eddy says. And we've talked many times in our round table the importance of getting over the fear of death. And in Science and Health, Mrs. Eddy says on page 426, the relinquishment of all faith in death and also the fear of its sting would raise the standard of health and morals far beyond its present elevation and would enable us to hold the banner of Christianity aloft with unflinching faith in God, in life eternal. I'm so grateful for Mrs. Eddy and her textbook, The Word of God. It is the truth, and we have every reason to live our lives fearlessly because God is with us.